The Season 15 mid-season update for Overwatch is going to be the most packed mid-season update yet. Let's have a look. Season 15 of Overwatch 2 has been an exciting season. The introduction of perks has been a success on very different levels. And while they still need tuning, it did help to bring something fresh to the game. On top of that, the return of the loot boxes managed to bring that sense of nostalgia that a lot of people were looking for. On top of all the new skins, the return of Maximilian's Vault, and all of those competitive changes they did, this has been a good start of the season. The best is yet to come. Blizzard has been putting a lot of effort to make the mid-season update into more than just a balancing patch. Since a few seasons, these mid-season updates have been starting to feel like a proper second half of the season. And this time around, I'm even inclined to make the bold statement that the second half of Season 15 is going to be even more packed than the first half was. Now, first off, there are of course going to be balancing changes. There might be some general changes to the general kits, but they're also going to tune a lot of these perks. In the recent AMA, they outlined some of these changes. Nothing too crazy. The big stuff will have to wait till Season 16. But still, they're going to do changes that will help those that are slightly underpowered or nerf those that are really overpowered. For instance, Roadhog's Hog Toss will give extra damage to the trap. Juno's Double Jump perk is also going to allow her to glide longer. And then on the other end of the spectrum, Bastion will get a resource attached to his self-heal. That is a good thing. Another standard thing to expect from a mid-season update is a whole bunch of new cosmetics. There are still a lot of cosmetics that we got to see during the Spotlight event that did not show up in the shop or any other place. Like the Toxic Winston, looks pretty good. And the Rainy Day Orisa that for some reason a lot of people are waiting for. Some of these might actually be tied into a new drops event. If we should learn anything more, I'll let you guys know. Another cosmetic that is dropping in the second half of the season is the mythic weapon skin for Widowmaker. Now up to now we only got to see the concept art, but it looks gorgeous. You'll be able to grab that weapon skin for 50 prisms and then another 30 prisms to unlock all of the upgrades. On top of that, there's probably going to be another one of the bundles that you can buy where you can unlock the weapon skin and all the upgrades for 40 bucks. Now, these weapon skins could be available as soon as the mid-season patch drops, but they usually are a week later. And in this case, I think that might be happening again. It might be a little later. Because at the start of the mid-season, the Le Seraphim collab is also starting. So I think they want to keep the focus on that because there's plenty happening with that collab when it comes to the shop and the skins. I discussed it in detail in the previous video, but there's going to be 5 new skins, there's going to be 5 recolors of those skins from the first wave. And then there's going to be the Junkrat skin that we can earn for free. So yeah, that's a lot of skins. However, no game mode this time around. They're not bringing back that Capture the Flag alternate version. Sadly. But you know what? There's going to be plenty of other stuff to do. First off, there's the next chapter of Overwatch Classic, that game mode where they bring back an old meta from the days of Overwatch 1 and introduce it in Overwatch 2. And this time around, it's going to be the very popular GOATs. Brigitte mains are going to enjoy the hell out of this. For those that cannot deal with GOATs, there's going to be 6 vs 6 competitive, not other GOATs from the past. But contrary to classic, 6 vs 6 competitive is going to include all of the heroes. This is the next phase in Blizzard's test that they're doing to see if 6 vs 6 can come back to Overwatch 2. It is also going to be the first 6 vs 6 test since they introduced perks early this season. So that should be interesting. Now, according to the roadmap, both Classic and the 6 vs 6 competitive season should be starting when mid-season drops, but remains to be seen. I'll keep you posted. Now, it would be cool, however, if that competitive season is still running in the last weekend of this season, because that's when we get the new Drives event. This is going to be a chance for a lot of players to secure their first cosmic weapon and to get themselves a new signature, all at the cost of their sanity. But seriously, the Overwatch team has been tweaking the Drives event every single time it's been happening, so we might expect a few changes this time around. Do not expect, however, to get 6,000 competitive points. That was just for the end of the competitive year. This time around, we're going back to 3,000 competitive points, which is still sufficient to get yourself a cosmic weapon. And in between the start of that mid-season update and the Drives event, we're going to see the test event for Freya, the DPS hero that is joining the roster in Season 16, which isn't that far away either. The test event will most likely run for a few days, and I'm pretty sure it's going to mess up queue times for DPS tremendously. But on the other hand, it's going to give a lot of players a first look at the new hero, and it is going to help Blizzard to tune the new hero when she eventually releases in Season 16, alongside Stadium. I'm so excited for that. Season 16 is going to be insane. There's going to be so much content, but I'll talk more about that in a future video, so make sure to subscribe. But yeah, that's about everything that we can expect to see in this mid-season update, on top of maybe a few surprises. Blizzard always has an ace up their sleeve. We might see a new hero added to the Hero Masteries, or maybe they'll do a public test of Stadium? Who knows? Whatever happens, I'll keep you posted. The mid-season update for Overwatch 2 is dropping next Tuesday, on March 18th. Brace yourselves. But tell me, are you excited for this mid-season update? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.